I watched the AMA with Etsy's new CEO, so you don't have to. Here's my notes. Okay, so first off, I missed the first couple of minutes because I kind of lost track of time, and then I couldn't find where the link was, and there was no reminder email. So maybe Etsy, you could do a little bit better next time on letting people know where to join, when it's coming up, things like that. So the first question that I heard was about AI art, and somebody was asking about, what Etsy's stance on AI art is and things like that. The gist of what I got as the answer was that AI art will be continued to be included. Etsy supports the creation of art in any way, and AI is part of that. So they're not planning on getting rid of any AI art, but they will be doing better about making it known to buyers what is AI and what is not. Somebody asked a question about customer service, and there weren't any firm answers other than they know they need to do better, which I'm glad they're aware of. But there was no indication of anything coming down the pipeline of how they're going to improve that. There was a question about tariffs, and for all the sellers that are outside the United States having difficulty trying to get carriers and get labels and stuff to mail to the United States. They are working on a pricing tool for the United States specifically for those international sellers. They're going to be working with carriers to integrate like Royal Mail, and there will be a way that international sellers can price items differently for the United States versus other countries, knowing that tariffs might be in play. Another popular question that people have asked is, will there ever be an opportunity to have multiple users on your account? Right now, there's only one user per account. You can't have multiple accounts. You have to log into the other account if you have two shops. Right now, it doesn't look like that's likely. She said that to have multiple users for an account, it's a big tech improvement that will cost a lot of money and be a lot more difficult. So it didn't sound like that was at all on their radar of things to implement. There was a question on the AI titles and why are the suggestions so short, and what is the reasoning behind that? Etsy's answer is that they're trying to make titles more concise and more human, and basically let the rest of your listing support everything else. So have the other keywords in the rest of your listing, and let your title be, for the algorithm still, but also be more readable. They said that longer titles do seem less human. It sounds like the idea was for Etsy to help you to write your titles so that you can have more time for the other parts of your listing and for, making your products. So letting Etsy sort of optimize that part to help you be more efficient. I think it still remains to be seen how that's all going to pan out, but I think that was apparently the reasoning behind all of it. Somebody asked about the image size changes. Have you noticed the images they're doing testing on the image sizes? In your shop, it looks one way, and in search, it looks another way. So they do realize, thankfully, that they were disruptive. They were trying to test which size would drive more engagement, but they realize now that they sort of did that wrong and they didn't really prepare sellers for it. And so we're going to figure out how to, figure out what size works and communicate that to sellers. And the last question I heard was on stats, because we know that the stats in the Etsy dashboard they aren't very robust. And I've been saying that for years. So thankfully, there are going to be changes and updates to stats coming, and they said, sometime within the next couple weeks, you're going to see rollouts on the dashboard of more information. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to give us, but they said to keep an eye out for that. So that's all my notes. I hope that they'll upload it to YouTube soon and I can catch the first couple of minutes, but that's the information that I got. So let me know what you think.